Hey friends, it's Nibs again. Wanted to get out and just do a couple of videos for you guys tonight. Beautiful, perfect night again. Actually, no wind at all, so that's kind of really nice. And not shooting at any targets today. Not with the rifles anyway. So I'm not shooting any targets, but I do have some plate targets up out here, 50 yards. I have an AR 500 plate, 6x8 rectangle, and then out at 100 yards I have a 12-inch gong of AR 400. So I'm not sure what the difference is, but that AR 400 is really taking a good beating and shows barely any wear at all. So the difference is very minor, I guess. But this particular one I'm going to do this video on is this beautiful old Mosin. Has a really nice lacquered stock on it. This particular one is a hex receiver. So if you don't know what that means, there's some of them have this receiver is rounded off. I guess that was a little easier to forge or whatever, but the hex receivers seem to be a little more desirable for whatever reason. This particular one was made in 1932, and it is a Tula Arsenal stamp on there. So those are all very make this a much more desirable, I guess, one as far as collecting goes. The only real kind of drawback of this whole rifle is it's all numbers matching, bolt and butt plate and everything, except for the well cover, the mag cover is force. They struck out the old serial number and stamped the serial number of the rest of this gun on there. So everything else on this gun matches the serial number of the receiver except for the magazine plate there. So it is pretty cool. This one, like a lot of Mosins, you find them and they're just totally neglected. This one, the rifling on it was completely fouled up with carbon and gunk. It looked like a sewer pipe. You couldn't even see rifling in it, which actually helped me because I was able to get it for a pretty good bargain. So that's always a plus. But I took it out of the stock. I clamped it in my vise with some copper. Got some copper jaw pads for the vise so it doesn't mar up the steel. Clamped it in my vise and went to town with my brass brushes. And so I take a brass brush and wrap it with. I have just ones that I use for this particular thing. I wrap them with a patch, and then I spray the patch with brake cleaner. And so the bristles from the brush actually penetrate through the cloth, as the cloth is just absorbing up the junk. And then I run it up and down the barrel and keep spraying it down. I peel that cloth off and do that 4 or 5 times. Usually, this one took about 4 or 5 times on most guns that I found like that. Usually clean them right out and they look like brand new. This one took a little more work. It was pretty crudded up pretty bad, but I got it looking pretty good. There's a little crystalline look in the lands of the groove, or the lands of the grooves of the rifling. But it's pretty good pronounced rifling still, and it shoots pretty straight and accurate. So when you neglect them for so long like that, a lot of times the rifling does suffer for it. But this one cleaned up pretty good. Like I said, it does have a little bit of pitting in the valleys between the rifling. So nothing. It's more crystallized, I guess you'd call it, more than pitted. But it's not bright and shiny like a brand new bore should be. But well, enough gabbing about it. But it cleaned up nice, and it's a good deal. So it's a great gun. I'm shooting some hand loads that I did. Did up a bunch of these over the winter. Been since COVID hit. They closed down the gym. I was going to the gym and swimming and doing all that sort of thing, and trying to take care of myself. And so instead of becoming a chunk, I decided to keep after that at home. I do have a Bowflex, so instead of going to the gym every morning and going swimming and working out there, I decided to just start staying home and working out. So I would do some reps on the machine, and in between I would process some brass and load some bullets and stuff. Do some reps and get all sweated up, and then I would take my rest in between and do 5 minutes or 10 minutes doing something with loading up some stuff. So it's actually kind of paid off. I've been doing it for over a year now, since COVID came in, and I've loaded up like 1,000 rounds of 45 ACP. I think I got 400 rounds of 54R here. I've loaded up thousands of rounds of 38 special and 357, just you name it, all sorts of stuff. So that's kind of fun. Anyway, let me shoot a couple rounds for you guys. So these ones will actually feed from a stripper clip. I don't have any stripper clips with me, so but you just push the rounds in from the top. Pretty typical old, pretty typical for the older war relics. So this one is a 5-round magazine, internal magazine, and you can do a 5-round stripper clip, like I said. So I'm going to shoot just from kind of resting off the bench here. So I'll go to the 50-yard gong first. Nice strike on that one. You can hear that, I hope, on the microphone. So let me go out to the 100 now. There we go. That's a nice hit. I was shooting I got my Savage 99 and 308, and when I was hitting the gong, but it just kind of made a thud sound. I don't know what the deal is with that, but maybe just the difference in speed. I don't know. So let me go back to 50 again. Yeah, that was more of a thud on that one. So it seems like when I hit towards the top of the gongs, it just kind of makes a thud sound. If I hit down towards the bottom of the gong, it makes a nice ring sound, ringing tone. There's another 100 hit. All right. So another 50 hit. So it seems like I'm a little more proficient with this Mosin. That was 5 for 5, going back and forth. With the Savage, for whatever reason, I could hit the 100, but I couldn't hit it at 50. I did hit off camera. I tried a couple of shots before off camera, and didn't have any problem hitting the 50 before with that. But as soon as I turned the camera on, I couldn't hit the 50 to save my life. So let me do another 5 here for you, and then we'll wrap it up. I really like these old Milsurps. They're a lot of fun to shoot. I have several different ones. I have a couple of Enfield. I have a number 4, which is sporterized, but it's still a Milsurp. Someday I'd like to restore that one, but I also have a Jungle Carbine, and that one's all original. That one's really cool. Have a couple of old a Yugo and a Czech 8mm Mauser. Those are pretty cool. What else do I have? I have a 7.35 Carcano. That one's fun. I was able to find brass and projectiles for it, so I could reload some ammo for it, because that is really tough to find ammo for. But what else do I have? I have a Chinese SKS. That's pretty cool. That's a lot of fun to shoot. I do have a couple more Mosins. I have a Finnish Mosin. Another 50 hit. I do have a Finnish Mosin, and I do have another all stock Russian Mosin that was made in I believe 1923. I need to get that one out and do a video on it as well, but it's pretty much the same as this one. They made these from 1890 all the way up to past World War II anyway. I'm not sure exactly when they quit making them, but there's a nice 100 hit. And definitely can use the sights on this gun a lot better than that Savage, I guess. That one just, this one's got much. There's another good 100 hit. I think I got one more in there. Let me see what we can do here. I'll do another 100. So anyway, that's a lot of fun. That'll wake you up. Shooting those really gives you a good punch. So like I said, and also have another Mosin that it's the only gun that I ever sporterized, and I got a curly maple custom made stock for it. Got a drilled and tapped for a scope mount, bent bolt. It is really a pretty cool gun. Probably should do a video on that one too. But you know, when we're young and dumb, we do things like that. But probably never do another one. But I do like that gun, so it's you know, they made millions of these, so it's really not like I wrecked a piece of history or something to any great extent. So anyway, so there we go. This is my 1932 Tula hex receiver Mosin. All numbers matching except for the floor plate. Pretty cool gun. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I definitely subscribe to my channel so you'll get notified when we do I do post up new videos. And down in the description be a link for my Patreon page. If you can give that a consideration, I'd really appreciate it. And then finally on Facebook and on MeWe, I have a collectors group on each one of those platforms that it's called Walnut and Steel, and you'll find great guns like this. We talk about them just about every day, and I guess that's about it. I'm gonna go do some more shooting off camera. So I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.